Hey everyone, it's Keyblade 007 and we have new Proud Mode quest. This came on July 20th, today is the 25th I believe. I'm sorry this is so late, but it came during Raid Week and it came during AP. So Raid Week and AP do not mix well, my friends. So luckily I had to prioritize Raid Week, which was good because I got top 100, which was awesome. And yeah, so let's just talk about this. First of all, we're only getting 25 quests this time, not 50, so I don't know if that's going to be an ongoing thing or it's just for this one. It makes it easier for me to do videos because I get them out faster. With 25, it's less work, so I'm not going to complain about it, but it is less content at a time, so some of you might be upset. Second of all, there's no Electrum Ores or anything in this one. It's only mirrors and, like, you know, coins and then jewels for every 5. Because the next 25 have the Darkgnaw, and that's a new type of material, so maybe that's how it's setting up. So, more Proud quests added. We are happy to announce that Proud Mode quest up to quest 325 will be available after the maintenance ending on July 20th, blah blah blah. You know how Proud Mode works, blah blah blah. So, here we go. We're at 301. So your objectives, the first one's always going to be defeat all enemies within one turn. For the sake of time, I'm going to not say that one. It's always going to be mirror, 5 avatar coins, mirror. Every 5 will give you 150 jewels. It's not 250, that's story mode, so don't get confused about that. So let's dive right in. Some of these are really annoying for this time around. We have to go in a couple of them twice. Really a lot of them, but for the sake of time and because we're still on AP, as you can see, I'm not going to do every one of them twice. I'm only going to do the ones that I think are worthy. I'll just tell you what the main strategy would be. So we got 301, defeat all enemies in one turn. Only going to say it this one time. You get a mirror, collect 1,000 more lux, basically one turn everything for 5 avatar coins, and deal 4 or less hits for another mirror. Large body level 219. So for this one, your condition is only random target special attacks are allowed. So I have everything random except the first one. Now, this is a bit of an annoying quest. It is physically impossible, at least for anyone I've talked to, including myself, to do this in one try. To get all enemies within one turn, you have to run straight at the final boss, not this guy. Alright, we'll do the other objective first then. So, since you want to deal 4 or less hits, you can't do that possibly, so already every attack I do does more than 4 hits, so it's physically impossible to do that. That's why for the main one, what you want to do is go around the copter fleet. You can do it, I just screwed it up. Go straight to the target and blow your Nova. That'll give you the 4 or less hits because Nova will count as 1 hit. So like I said, I'm not going to go back and do it twice. That was the all enemies in the one turn one, which also gave the 1,000 lux, because if you get everyone, you get that. The 4 or less hits, you just got to run to the target and blow your Nova. If you don't have a high enough Nova for that, then I can't help you. Try to do like a swipe or 2 of like a strong attack. Alright, we're moving on to 302. You get a mirror. Use 5 or more special attacks, 5 avatar coins, and use 4 or more upright medals, no borrowed medals. I don't know why they say that because there's no borrowed medals in Proud Mode anyway, so that's kind of redundant. Armor Knight level 219. So we're still using the 3 wishes if I didn't mention that before. We have to use 4 upright medals, so I'm using those 4 right here. Your condition is only special attacks requiring 4 or more gauges are allowed, so we have this with SP1, this is a clunker, this is SP2, can't use this, and I can't use this because they're less than 4, but I don't need to, I could just swipe them if need be. So the beautiful thing is all of these, at least the few starting ones until we get to Hades' place, are in the Coliseum, so they're really short. 1, 2, 3. So that gives you 3 special attacks already. We're going to get 2 more from the last guy. 1. And Joshua's too expensive, so that'll be the 4th and 5th one. Alright, we're up to 303. You get a mirror, collect 1,000 more Lux, you get 5 avatar coins, use 2 or less metals, no borrowed metals, for a mirror. So you can only use 2 metals if you want that objective. Large body, level 219. So for this one, your special attacks allowed only for metals with a special attack bonus value of 3 or less, meaning tier 3 metals. It's this symbol right here. So I have Sebastian, and she's going to power up my Waf Yuna. You could put any metal here that's good for AoE, and we have the 2 metals for the requirement. Just gotta use our 2 metals to mow through everything. Moving on to 304, it's the last power one. Use 5 more special attacks and complete within 25 seconds. So you obviously cannot do both 25 seconds and 5 special attacks in one run, so we're going to have to run this twice. First we'll do the time trial, and you get mirror, 5 avatar coin mirror, as always. Armor Knight level 219. Only special attacks requiring 0 gauges are allowed. So I got Kyrie, Vivi, I got Zexion B, I got Fu, and another Kyrie, both gilted. So simple enough. You can't get past this guy without actually killing him. I got 4 attacks in 22 seconds. I could have just Nova'd, but there's a couple of time trial ones in these sets of Proud Quest. I really hate them. Now we're going back for the other objectives of defeat all enemies in 1 turn and use 5 special attacks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm just a little bit over that 25-second mark. Alright, moving on to 305. We're now switching to magic, so it's probably going to be a different Keyblade. Use 5 or more special attacks and use 5 or more upright metals, no borrowed metals. Mirror, 5 avatar coin mirror. Poison apple level 219. We're on Lady Luck. Only single target special attacks are allowed, and because everything has to be upright, our 2 reverse slots in the back get a little screwed up, but this is the build. Everything here is gilted. One, 2, 3, 4. That should be 5. Every 5th quest you get a little extra, so let's go over the rewards. You get Magic Mirror, 5 Avatar Coins, Magic Mirror, and 150 Jewels. Moving on to 306. Collect 1,000 more Lux and use 2 or less metals, no borrowed metals. So once again, they're limiting our metals. Mirror, 5 Avatar Coin, Mirror, Ice Plant level 219. So, just like we did with the 3 wishes, I'm going to be using 2 metals to own everything. Special attacks are only allowed for reverse metals, so I got the Cat Lucifer, and I got my Waf Sephi. He's going to take care of all the good shit. So for these that limit your metal amount, I highly recommend some kind of strength up metal and an AoE metal that's strong. Moving on to 307. Use 5 or more special attacks and deal 3 or less hits. So yes, it's one of those you have to do twice because you can't defeat all enemies within one turn and deal 3 or less hits and use 5 or more special attacks. It's impossible. It's really stupid, I agree. Mirror, 5 avatar coin, mirror, dark ball level 219. Only special attacks requiring 4 gauges are allowed. So I have the high score challenge medal, Armored Ventus, 4 gauge exact, Dark Riku with extra, almost gilded, Key Art number 9, Roxy, and Zaldi. So first we're going to go for the other objectives. That's 1 medal, 2, 3, should have been 4, I screwed up, 4, and that's 5. Now unfortunately I had to swap out my attack medal for Owl because it's an AoE single hit, and I swapped Zaldin with Dark Riku. So you can't get past this stupid ass flower, so I have to do that and do that, and you go around the back. That was 2 hits already. And you Nova. That's the only way I could figure out how to do this. And that will get you your 3 hits or less. But it's 3 hits. Moving on to a new color, probably going with a red Keyblade. We're up to 308. Use 5 or more special attacks and inflict 40,000 or more damage at 1 hit, excluding Nova. Mirror, 5 avatar coins, mirror, creeper plant, level 219. Alright, so only single target special attacks are allowed. We have the treasure trove. I'm going to focus the damage I get from the strength up, negative defense, HD beast, all into the single target illustrated Sid tier 2. A lot of you may mock the tier 2 illustrated medals, but I still think they're very useful. One, 2, 3, 4, got the 40,000, and 5. Moving on to 309. Collect 1,000 or more Lux. Use 1 or less medals, no borrowed medals. Mirror, 5 avatar coin, mirror. So now we have to use 1 medal. So you're noticing these Proud Mode quests have either an upright, reverse thing, only a certain amount of medals, or a time limit. They're getting really annoying, but I'll show you how to do it. Wibble Wobble, level 219. In addition, only special attacks requiring 1 gauge are allowed. So I'm using Leon, illustrated Leon for short extra. If you don't have an Leon, you probably could find something that has 1 gauge that you could use, but Leon does really work well in this. Remember, you don't have to get these objectives because it's just mirrors. You're not missing out on anything. You just gotta get the quest beaten so you can get to the new Keyblade. Moving on to 310, another multiple of 5, meaning we're getting another 150 jewels. Use 5 or more special attacks, use 5 or more reverse medals, so again they're limiting us to upright or reverse, and you get mirror, avatar coin, mirror, and you're fighting Cloud, level 219. Only single target special attacks are allowed. So this is my build. Cloud's actually not that strong, so I don't want to knock him out easily. Luckily there's some enemies over here we could fight. 1, because you wouldn't get 5 attacks on Cloud alone. 2, 3, and Nova. Because my Nova would murder Cloud. 4, 5, 'I did it with poison, but you could do it without poison. And you get a mirror, 5 avatar coins, a mirror, and 150 jewels. Moving on to 311, we're switching colors now, it's red. Use 5 or more special attacks and defeat the Wyvern within 1 turn. Mirror, 5 avatar coin mirror, Armor Knight level 219. We are using the Stroke of Midnight Keyblade. Special attacks allowed only for magic metals. So thank God I got this Nomina, even though it's not gilded, I put all my stuff on it. That's going to be copying this little beauty. And I got my ungilded key art. No good trait. Boosted at least. So now for the remainder of the time we're going to be in the underworld. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's already 4 specials. This will be 5, and I'll just fast forward the rest. Moving on to 312. Collect 1,000 or more luck, so 1 turn everything, and complete within 20 seconds. So it's another evil time trial. So you know you can't do it in 20 seconds and kill all enemies in 1 turn. Bag of coins, level 219, you get mirror, 5 avatar coin mirror. Special attacks allowed only for power metals. So we swapped out, we have Illustrator Bow and Beast. These are my main things. These are in the wrong slots, but if I swipe them or use them, it might help a little bit. So first, let's go for the Trial of Time. It's easy enough, the guy is literally right there. Easy enough to bypass all the enemies. Now for beating it normally. This is why I was saying it's going to be a pain in the ass, because you have to do so many of these quests multiple times. There's a guy in the shadows back here. Easily missed. Now we're up to 313. Use 5 or more special attacks and inflict 30,000 or more damage at one hit excluding Nova. Mirror, 5 Avatar Coin Mirror, Dire Plant level 219. Only special attacks requiring 1 or fewer gauges are allowed. So we have good old Rax from the old days, Vivi, Get, this is what's going to get the 30,000, and Behemoth. So first of all, there's a hidden enemy over here. 1, 2, 3. Check. That was 80,000 if you weren't paying attention. 4. And this will be 5, so I'm going to fast forward from this point on. We got every objective except killing everything. Okay, we're up to 314. Use 5 or more special attacks for 5 avatar coins and equip only magic metals for a mirror. Cerberus level 219, so another boss level enemy. We're using the Stroke of Midnight still. Only single target special attacks are allowed, so that's why I got this build here. She's here just for her AB3 max if I need to tap or swipe. One, 2, luckily there's enemies here. 3, 4. I gotta Nova these guys. I just don't have enough specials to hit all of them. And this will be 5. And that's that. Moving on to 315, we got a color change, so a new Keyblade. It's a multiple of 5, so we're going to get another 150 jewels, collect 1,000 or more Lux for 5 avatar coins, and inflict 20,000 or more damage at one hit excluding Nova for a mirror. Bag of coal, level 219. And we're using the Sleeping Lion. Special attacks only allowed for reverse metals. So I have the cat, this from the high score challenge, this is my only strong metal, and that's it. So that 20,000 damage we want to do, it's going to be right now. I didn't even need the Vanitas Remnant. My keyard's doing enough of the work. Okay. So you get 1 magic mirror, 5 avatar coins, another magic mirror, and 150 jewels. Moving on to 316. Use 5 or more special attacks with 5 avatar coins and defeat the Hive Wizard within 1 turn for a mirror, Wizard level 219. Only special attacks requiring 2 gauges are allowed, so we have a full speed build, headed by 0.2 Kyrie. One, 2, 3, 4, And that's 5. Moving on to 317, use 5 or more special attacks, and now we gotta use 1 or less metal for 5 avatar coins and a mirror. Ice Plant level 219. So I'm relying on the highest slot of my Lion, because special attacks allowed only for metals with 8,200 or higher strength. She's boosted, so she has way more than that. There should be just enough enemies for all the special attacks. 1. 2. 3. 4. And the target makes 5. Sometimes there's a pretender right near here, and he can kill you if you hit up the pretenders. If you hit up the possessors from before. So be careful. Moving on to 318, we got a color change. It's green. It's a new Keyblade. Use 5 or more special attacks for 5 avatar coins. Inflict 40,000 or more damage at 1 hit, excluding Nova, for a mirror. Creeper Plant level 219. We are using the Fenrir. Only single target special attacks are allowed. So this is my build. This guy is going to get our score. He's going to get that super damage hit. One, 2, 3. There it is. 4, 5. Check, check. Fast forward time. You want to know for that group because there's a blue guy. He just makes things complicated. Moving on to 319. Defeat Neo Shadow times 4 for 5 avatar coins and use 2 or less metals, no borrowed metals, for a mirror air soldier level 218. So, only special attacks requiring 3 or more gauges are allowed. I'm using Illustrated Bow and Beast and Illustrated Cage to Sora. Nothing to really showcase here, just gonna kill everything with Bow and Beast, and whatever don't die will die by Sora's hand. Moving on to 320, another multiple of 5, meaning another 150 jewels. Collect 1,000 or more Electrum 5 Avatar coins, inflict 20,000 or more damage at one hit excluding Nova, Armor Archer level 219. Only special attacks requiring 4 or more gauges are allowed. So I have IB and B, Sebastian, Syax A, and Hercules and Phil. And that got her 20,000. You get a magic mirror, 5 avatar coins, another magic mirror, and 150 jewels. Moving on to 321, we have a color change, red. New Keyblade. Use 5 or more special attacks for 5 avatar coins and defeat the Wyvern within 1 turn for a mirror. Large body, level 219. Only special attacks requiring 1 or fewer gauges are allowed, and we're using the counterpoint. So everything here is 0 or 1. One, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. Alright, we're up to 322. We are nearly done, folks. Use 5 or more special attacks for 5 avatar coins, and use 5 or more reverse medals, for no borrowed medals, for a mirror. So again, we're doing that reverse bullshit. Defender level 219. So for the only special attacks dealing 3 or fewer hits, I have this build of Kitty, Smee, Xion, Vexen B, and Xion. I'm not going to be using the last 2. They're just kind of here. So everything's a reverse medal, and we just got to use them. 1. SP1 is on him. 2. 3. 4. And this is 5. So time to fast forward. Moving on to 323, use 5 more special attacks or 5 avatar coins, and complete within 40 seconds. This is probably going to be the hardest one out of all of them, because the time trial is a little ridiculous. So we're going to try the time trial first. We're going to do King Pretender level 219, and you get the 5 avatar coins and the mirror. So I changed the build from before, I just put VV. Only multiple target special attacks are allowed. So right at the gate, you want to hurry up. You want to attack with a good AoE single hit metal twice. And you could actually cheat the final guy by just hitting him through the wall. because pretenders react just by touch. They're the only enemy you can do that with. So that's the time trial. Now let's do it normal. Now we're going to take care of the all enemies at the one turn and the 5 special attacks. One, 2, 3, 4. There's always a guy right here. 5. So it is possible with my Nova strategy, if you Nova these guys and only go straight around the copters, to hit within 40 seconds, but usually make it 38, 39, it's not worth the risk. The wall strategy is better for the time limit. Moving on to 324, second to last one with changing colors, so different Keyblade. Collect 1,000 or more Lux for 5 avatar coins and use 2 or less medals, no borrowed medals, for a mirror. So once again we gotta limit ourselves. Ice Plant level 219. We are using the Starlight. Special attacks allowed only for speed type medals, so I got my 0.2 Kyrie with Waft Lightning, but you could pair this with any speed AoE and it should work. Having a multi-hitter like Lightning is good too, because you can take care of an egg guy. There's a hidden dude up here. Last and final, 325. You get another 150 jewels because it's a multiple of 5. Use 5 or more special attacks for 5 avatar coins and inflict 40,000 or more damage at one hit, excluding Nova for a mirror. Fire Plant level 219. Still using the Starlight, only single target special attacks are allowed. Got HD Nominate to copy this. Got this. And either her or her are going to use their one hit to get that 40,000. One, 2, got the 40,000 with that one. 3, 4, and that's 5. Now it's just gonna kill everything and we're done. It's always better to save ammo. If there's one enemy for the target, Nova the one that has the group for the single target objectives. And for the final one, you get a magic mirror, avatar coin, magic mirror, and 150 jewels. So that's Proud Mode for this time. Until the next time, I'll be doing the next 25. Otherwise, I'll do whatever events that come out, so stay tuned for that. Peace out till next time, guys.